If you know Fred, you know that's the idealistic.
And here's the
Are
thing.
we responding to a listener?
I was, and we actually dropped the stream real quick, but I caught it and popped it back up because I was typing to
Okay.
somebody, so we're still good.
Okay.
the But the thing is that I am always one of those people that if you could show me where I'm wrong, I will change my thought on it. So,
Yes.
and Utsake in conversation in the chat said rotating satellites would drift in space due to centrifugal force if not attracted by gravity of Earth. But then I said, well, when you're in a car and you turn hard, you exert force against the car door, right? As it exerts force on you, right?
Yes.
So it wouldn't drift because it's also exerting force out in the way that it's rotating and in toward the center point that it is spinning around. That's centrifugal force.
All right. Yes. I'll
So
buy it.
so there isn't any idea that it would drift if Earth wasn't pulling it in. No, the nature of centrifugal forces is that you are exerting force toward a center object and going around it. And should that ever not be equal, you would then either be pulled into the center or shoot out. Again, everything has to equal zero. So if you're exerting force to stay spinning around an object, you're pushing in against it. Therefore, the Earth has to be pushing against you to keep you in place.
Okay. All
Right?
right.
I'm not
I'll
misunderstanding centrifugal force, right?
I don't believe you are, but again, this is not my area of expertise, so I'm going to have to take your word for it, and I will have to do some more serious research on it than I can do right now because I'm sitting here on the front porch. So anyway,
And if you have any ideas, or you are a space physicist that disputes my claim or my thoughts as to the nature of gravity, you can email us at frontporchpodcast1@gmail.com. I'm on Twitter, worldwide_wimpy, or at podcast front for the show. We're on Facebook, facebook.com with the Front Porch podcast page. You can find Worldwide Wimpy on there too. Fred's on there if you want to check him out. Our archive of our podcast and where we put audio clips up throughout the week is anchor.fm/Fred-Eater. Check those out, the old shows on there where we discuss other things that are kind of related to what we were discussing more in education and driving schools, what laws you would break should there be no punishment for it, and all that fun stuff. We're also looking toward the start of December of adding a second live recording to Twitch. We're going to be migrating that to its own independent page as what we're doing with the archive at anchor.fm as well. So that way everything can be under one umbrella and we can find everything really quick. Because all these different names is kind of a hassle to throw out all the time. I could just say,
yes,
Front Porch Podcast, put that in with any hyperlink you want to do it, and you'll find
and
us.
you'll end up there. Yes, and you should. I believe we're the only front podcast, but I could be wrong. I didn't actually do any research. I just thought it was a cool name, and that's how I came up with it. So, if there is another front porch podcast, it's not as good as ours. So come and check it out.
And we'll also
While I'm
have
thinking of it, special announcement for those of you that are considering joining Patreon, which is that I just finished doing a version of the O. Henry classic, Gift of the Magi, and we're going to fix it. We're going to produce it up and all of that. And we'll give you some samples of it later on. But if you'd like to hear the whole thing when it's finished, we'd love to do that for you. Join us on Patreon, and that will be our special gift to you. It will be the gift of these magi to you. So, anyway,
so the plan is going to be we're going to release clips during our live stream of the Gift of the Magi. We'll do it in chapters. I'll find some way to space it out so that way it's coherent enough in between episodes. But we're going to have the whole produced piece as a Patreon exclusive. We'll release it a couple days before Christmas, so that way if you want to play Fred's docile tones at your Christmas spectacular, you could do that.
Well, then I'll read it to your kids for you. I'd be happy to do that. So,
also, we're going to have this.
Should hear the story, but go ahead.
We're going to have the live stream archived on YouTube. That will be through my page for now until I get the actual YouTube page for Front Porch Podcast set up. which I'm working on. I've got a lot of things that I'm working on. Fred's lucky he just gets to sit there and talk and then sometimes cut his own audio. So
Yeah. Okay. And I do a lot of writing, and I hear it. So
I'm just giving you crap, Fred. That's all I'm doing.
I understand.
That's
I
all
understand.
I'm doing.
But folks, we're really glad that you stopped by the front porch this afternoon, or this evening, or this morning, or whenever the hell it was that you came by. But it was this afternoon for those of you who joined us live. And I didn't get to see anything of what you said. But to those of you that joined us live, hey, thank you. We hope you'll do it again next Friday. But until then, I would just like to remind everybody there's always somebody on the front porch.
It's also clear you're coming down. Try to keep your head up off the gray clouds. I saw it all the train. What the hell is right? What the hell is so wrong? What the hell is right? What the hell is so wrong? And they say down makes a fanatic of a man. I drove myself to the day. What goes up must come down. What goes up must come down, 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 down. I drove myself to the day. What goes up must come down. Whoa, on down, 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 down. And you say you gotta tear us down for the small of calamity and kill my freaking humanity, but I can still say the black and white on that wall. We're getting so tired, but we're not gonna fall. It's my way, it's my way, it's my way, it's my way. Crash it down, 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 down. Drop myself to the vivid age. What goes up must come down.